me to get to speak on behalf of Ken Paxton. Sends his regrets that he couldn't be here. Let me start this way. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're voting in a Republican primary, or you're going to an event to hear candidates in a Republican primary, and everybody gets up and tells you how conservative they are. And you pick your guy, you vote for him in the general, he goes to Austin, D.C., wherever, and as soon as things get tough, he folds like a cheap suit. How many of you are tired of that? I, for one, am sick to death of it. Lots of people can talk about being conservative. And when you're trying to decide between candidates and who you can believe when they tell you they're conservative, don't just listen to what they tell you, but also look at who's supporting them. Who stepped out of the gate from the very beginning to get on board with that candidate. I don't want to go through and just read off a list of names. I just want to talk about a few. 24 of the most conservative state reps from across Texas publicly endorsed Ken Paxton, including our Pat Fallon and Ron Simmons. These names from next door in Collin County you probably recognize: Joey Laubenberg, Van Taylor, Jeff Leach, Scott Sanford, Scott Turner. Our neighbors in Tarrant County: Craig Goldman, Stephanie Clake, Matt Krause, Jonathan Strickland, Bill Zedler. If you think about organizations that rate legislators on their voting record, and folks that you trust when you see their scorecard, like Texas Fiscal Responsibility or Texas Eagle Forum. Kathy Adams is one of the first people to come out and endorse Ken Paxton. If you look at those scorecards for the 10 years that Senator Paxton has been in the legislature, you will see his name at the top of those lists year in and year out, because he does what he says he's going to do. And he doesn't fold when things get tough. He stands up for what he believes in, and he follows through, and let the chips fall where they may. And when you think about the assault that Texas is under from our federal government, and needing somebody to stand up for the things that made Texas the greatest place on earth, that's what I want in an attorney general. Somebody who is not going to fold when things get tough, because things are tough right now. I want somebody who's going to stand up and fight every day. I'll just give you a couple other names to consider: Tim Lambert from the Texas Homeschool Coalition, Ann Hedinger, former state director of Concerned Women for America, Jonathan Sines, president of Texas Values, Rick Green, former state rep and host of Wall Builders Live, U.S. Senator Rick Santorum, and Kelly Shackelford, who served as chairman for the Ted Cruz statewide leadership team. I want to say one other thing about Kelly Shackelford, if that name rings a bell to you. He's head of the Liberty Institute. The Liberty Institute, day in and day out across the country, do nothing but defend religious liberty in this country. They defend people's right to express their religious views. And some kid gets told he can't hand out candy canes at Christmas time with a religious message. The Liberty Institute defends that kid's right to do so. And when Ken Paxton announced he was going to run for Attorney General to defend those values here in Texas, Kelly Shackelford was one of the first people to say, this is who I want to fight for me, to fight for the state of Texas, to defend those liberties that Kelly has dedicated his life to defend. So, as you're making considerations in this race, as I said, lots of people can talk about being conservative. Lots of people can talk about being tough, and I'm going to take the fight. Look at records, and look at organizations or people that you know, that you trust, and who they're backing. And that says a lot for people to put their name out beside somebody else's name early on in a race. They didn't wait to see who all was going to get in the race and see. Ken Paxton said he's running for Attorney General, and there they were. I'm one of those folks. I hope you're going to be one of those folks. Luda Goins, right back here, she's got a sign-up sheet. If you want to join all of these folks and add your name to the list of folks that are publicly supporting Ken Paxton, all of you in here who know Libby, ask yourself, would Libby Goins work for anyone other than the best candidate in a race? No. And that's why I want your names on this list with mine and these other people. You may think, well, my name doesn't carry that much weight like somebody like Kathy Adams or Kelly Shackelford. to the people that know you, it carries more weight than those people's names. That's what we're asking you to do. We're getting ready to release a list of all of our supporters. We want your name on there. So talk to Libby when we finish up here. She's got to sign up. She come by and talk to me. I'm happy to speak on Ken's behalf. Thank you for the opportunity to do so. And let's get Ken Paxton as our next Attorney General. Thank you.